It's Dr. Arlene Diamco. I have two devices here. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, and I've never done all three live before. But thank you so much for being here. In case you don't know, I'm an integrative physician, a pediatrician, a cranial osteopath, and I couldn't sleep last night because I was so excited about talking to you today because I have a huge announcement. And if you've been following my last few posts, it's a bit about sharing a lot with you. And I wanted to do that to help you get to know me, but also to show you what it's like to be vulnerable, but to be okay with it. Because to me, that's a sign of great strength. And I mean, I wasn't always like that. And you can see, from my little anecdotes and stories, I was kind of a shy kid, and I wasn't really so sure of myself. I didn't know my voice, but now I feel like I have so much clarity in what I want to do and what I want to share. And so every step of this has been intentional. This is something I've been working on the last 2 months, putting together to you. There's so much going on right now. I really want you to see that no matter what you experience, no matter what happens to you, that if you love yourself anyway, it can totally shift your life. And from there, you can completely shift the direction of your future. And that's really powerful. And in 2020, I mean, we're all going through so much. People are feeling down, grieving, whether for loved ones or for old times or the old normal. It's been a lot of overwhelm. People have been stressed, having to pivot and move things around, shuffle lives, shuffle families, jobs, everything all around, and dealing with illness too. Some people live by themselves, maybe lonely. And so our main job right now is to see your own light. This is your number one job, is to see your own light. Because if you can do that, there is so much hope for this world. And I really believe in you. I really believe that you can do this, because the momentum the world is in right now, we are in a state of multiple crises. We don't have time to sit around and wait for things to go back to normal. There is no normal, no old normal returning. It is up to us to choose to create the new path. And so we need everyone to be much more conscious, much more intentional. And that starts with you being able to see your own voice, to be able to hear your own voice, to see that light inside of you, that uniqueness inside of you, and to bring that out, to trust in it so that you can follow it and express yourself into the world. So how can we do that? Well, the thing is, we have this built-in healing mechanism that I wanted to talk about, really elevate the conversation about in a kind of a really a revolutionary way of just letting everyone know that there is something normal about healing. We get into this thinking, this mindset that it's normal to feel stressed, but it is also normal to return to balance and experience healing. And that built-in mechanism, one way to access it is through art. There is so much evidence for this. And there are physicians in other countries like the UK and Canada, probably elsewhere too, but these are ones I've read about, where they are literally prescribing art. And that includes art as a therapy, but it also includes art as a hobby. And so many things constitute art. To me, art is a living. And so really being able to embrace that lets you to know yourself, get to know yourself is huge in healing physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. And then be able to trust in that and to be able to bring it out into the world. Now, it's hard to just sum it up like that. And so what I've done is the last couple months, I have gathered 28 people who are passionate about art and also passionate about healing. I've gotten them together so that they could share their stories. And my main criteria was that they had a passion for art and healing, and also that they are authentic, that they're sincere, that they actually can hear their voices. And it's not that they're trying to be perfect, but that they're going to come across as real. And I think that's the only way that we can really learn how to do it, is that if we share with each other and connect with each other. And so we have all different kinds of artists, and some of them have titles, and some of them are professors, some of them are teachers and parents, they're physicians, counselors, healers of all various types, and they're from all over the United States. We also have some from other side of the world, and they're going to share their stories with you, because this is going to be so healing and inspiring for everybody, because they've spent so much time in what they do, whether it is, we have like hammer therapy. Instead of like blacksmithing, you call it hammer therapy. You hit a thing, you make a thing, and you make something beautiful out of it to get that stress out. We have medicinal poetry. So, I think about Maya Angelou, where she had gone through this traumatic experience and had been silent for many years, and then let it come out through her voice, through poetry. We have ballet meditation. We have mala making. We have authors. We have literature, music, singers, writers, so many different things. And as Pablo Picasso said, art washes from the soul the dust of everyday life. And I really love that. And it's so much more than that. But right now, I feel like we could all use that washing of the soul, the dust of everyday life, because it's pretty dusty right now, in case you haven't noticed. And, art, it helps us to breathe. It helps us to flow. It helps us to relax, process, and innovate. And no matter what you're doing, whether you're a parent and you have kids, you're trying to, whether you're like trying to keep them entertained, or you're trying to pivot your family and try to rearrange things because everything's like so up in the air, in school, out of school, we don't know what's happening. Whether you have a business and you need to kind of like shift directions or figure out what to do with it. But art helps us problem solve. It helps us have more perspective, see the big picture and the big scheme of things. And so, in some of the stories that I shared with you, when things are taken away from us and things are not what is our normal, then we need to be able to shift and to pivot and to dig deep inside of us and to see what's there. I mean, if you're feeling overwhelmed, or before the pandemic, people had their own things going on. So if you're already frustrated, anxiety, and then 2020 just poured everything else on top of that, art helps you to process that and to turn it into something beautiful, into something useful. It helps you to like bring that voice into the world and to create something with it. And we need to create the world we want to be in right now. And, if you're alone, art is like something, it helps you feel connected. And it's whether you are creating art for yourself or, partaking or being a witness to it, observing it. It connects us on a really deep level that is sometimes like difficult to get in other ways. And I want to normalize this conversation of being able to talk about priorities and things that are really profound for us. And I sat and I meditated, and this is how all of this got put together. All the stories that I told you over the last few days, I really sat and I listened to my own, guidance and that kind of divine light coming through as to what stories to share. And to be honest with you, I was really surprised about what came through, because I was like, really, you want me to share those things? I mean, it's not like I've publicized the moments before, but it was like, yes, you need to share that, because this is real life and this is what people feel. And if people are able to feel that, then they're going to feel connected, because these are things that everybody goes through in one way or another. I don't even know why I'm getting emotional about it right now, but it's because I so want to be able to connect with you and for you to realize that we are in profound times and we have a choice in terms of what we're going to do with this. And so this is what this group I've created is for. We're going to have a Healing Through Art Summit. It is free. It is my gift to you. I've spent about a couple hundred hours on it in the last couple months. Literally, you can ask my husband. He's been a great support. The kids have been amazing about it. And it's going to be so inspiring. We've arranged it to start. It starts on September 14th, and you can sign up for free at healingthroughartsummit.com. Each day, a new set of videos is going to be released, and you'll know the topics, you'll know the schedule ahead of time. So, of course, I know you're not going to be able to, probably not be able to watch every single one of them. I've also organized it by like all these really great tidbits and juicy details from every video. I've poured through these videos, most of them more than once, so that I really wanted you to get like what you wanted, what would really help you out of it. So there's going to be outlines for each one. You can jump right into the video where you want to hear it. And also for every day, it's going to be a 7-day summit with a few days of bonus at the end. I'm going to do a live healing meditation at the beginning of every day. And this is something we had talked about. I talked about with some of the artists. And you'll hear more from this classics professor at UNC, Professor Suzanne Lai. And we talked about the importance of ritual and having a practice. And so I wanted to put into the summit a practice that's done together, because there's something really powerful about getting together and that we can practice together. It's going to be recorded, so if you can't make it, this is not meant to stress you out more. It will be available every day of the summit. It will be available for 48 hours. And there will be a premium version available for those of you that are interested in that. I know sometimes I love to have these things indefinitely, and that you can look at this website and see what that's about. But the premium version, I wanted it to be a win-win-win, so you could get a lot out of it. We're going to include like bonus handouts for exercises and things that you can do to incorporate more art in your life and really get that healing out of it. I've been starting to do some of those things with my kids, and it's been really neat to just kind of see us bond and different ways. And so you'll have those handouts as well with the premium version. And then I'm also going to have at the end of the summit, so that'll be Tuesday, the 22nd, September 22nd, we're going to have a live healing concert, just a real quick one with some of the artists that participated in the summit. And the intention is that for you to be able to experience live in a group and also recorded what it is like to have that intention of when you share art, that it's going to be healing. And everyone in this group, they are amazing, and they are so willing to share. They've been so generous. Also, I didn't want to forget to tell you, for the premium version, they wanted to be a win-win-win. So 25% of that is going to go to the Artist Relief Fund, which helps to support artists that have been having a hard time during 2020. And possibly some local organizations, depending on the artist, if you sign up through them. So really, I would love for you to share. This is a grassroots movement, because I want people to realize that art is this built-in mechanism that is a normal part of our culture, our society, that if we allow it to be, that we always have access to healing. To me, it's kind of the pulse of how our society is doing, how our community is doing. And we talk about STEM, science, technology, engineering, math, but we really need to kind of like gear that more towards STEAM, right? We add the art, STEAM. I was talking to my brother, he works in Silicon Valley, and what they're discovering is that it's not all about STEM. The leaders and the innovators have to think outside the box to come up with new things. They've had more than that. Their experiences were more than STEM. We need that. We also need the creative and the art, because this is what's going to get us through 2020 and beyond, in a way where we can choose to take what we want from the past and bring it forward with us, and to create what we want new going forward into the future. And so I really please and encourage you to join us. There is the free version for everybody. There's no pressure to sign up for premium, but it's there in case you want it. Tell anybody that you think could benefit. We have our speakers are from their 20s to a woman who's almost 90. She is about 6 months till her 90th birthday. So this is really for all ages. This is whether you live by yourself, whether you with a family, whether you're a caretaker. This helps you to connect, to express yourself, to get to know yourself at a deeper level, to trust your voice so that you can move forward in the world with a love and light. And so that you can bring that unique voice of yours into the world. And so I just wanted to come up really quickly here and share all of that with you. If you have any questions, when I think about all the different videos, I always think about friends and family, patients that could benefit from them. So if you're sort of wondering, I wonder which ones would really resonate with me. Send me a message. I would love to hear from you. And I'll say, yeah, for you, absolutely, a must. You have to check out these videos. You have to check out, this handout. You would love it. If you could do all of it. But I know that we are all so busy and not busy at the same time. And so I really want you to get the most out of it. And I really want you to know that you have so much healing inside of you. And if you can access and see your own light that is always shining inside of you, and if we could get more people in the world to do this, our world would shift course and change for the better. And we have a choice and we don't have a choice, because the momentum right now is not looking so great. So if we want to have a world that we really want to be in and love and just have fun and enjoy our time here in a multi-sensory experience, multi-sensory like with the arts, and multi-dimensional with the mind, body, and spirit, then we need to make a choice. So please choose now to join us. Sign up for free at the healingthroughartsummit.com. And I cannot wait to see you there. Thank you, everyone, for showing up here with me. Lots of love to all of you. And I'll see you very soon. Starts on Monday. Oh, am I still here?